All you hoes, you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. All you hoes don't give a damn what you wanna do.
Chaos.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with.
Must reign.
All right, Jay Sean, you there? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you all loud and clear, my brother.
What's good, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, if we can keep the language to minimum, that would be great, if possible. You know what I'm saying? Because this is overtime. But like I said, and like I said, if you're in the building, if any ladies in the building, you can come up if you want to express what you heard on today's stream. The chat room. I see you in the chat room. If you want, if you're a woman, you want to come up and express what was read or on the top of Brian Knight, please come up now and forever holy peace. But besides that, Jay Sean, long time no see. Brian Knight, he has won his defamation lawsuit. It's still pending because in 1 week it will be considered a victory because they give after the claim on October the 6th. It looked like they give him like 21 days.
Yeah,
that's how it goes when you win a suit if someone didn't show up to court. So we're gonna see. In my opinion, I think she's not gonna show up because if he slapped with a lawsuit and you have to show up, or you're gonna be hit with this extraordinary bill, you will at least make the attempt. But she didn't do that. She feel in her mind that's not necessary, much as she feel that you ain't gonna do nothing as a black man. What consequence to you gonna send to me if I talk shit about you and what you have done to me for the last 13 years in marriage? So the floor is yours, Jay Sean. What's your views and takes on this?
Look, Brian McKnight for the win. This is how you do it. When I say, business is life and life is business, this is what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. He's not playing around. Mm-hmm. These are the things we got to do now. Unfortunately, as men in America, is we gotta go to court. We gotta sue people, man. We gotta sue people back. You can't let people mess with you, and this is the result. We have to, as men, start handling business when it comes to our families and our wives, kids, whatever it is, because you're not gonna play with you. Look how many times his children, his wife have sued him. And these are things that are not talked about when it comes to Brian McKnight. Now, of course, he's a black man, so of course the women take the opportunity to hate on the black man, go against him, don't take his side, don't care about his side of the story. And he makes all the music for them. They were, he was a heartthrob for them. And look how quick they turn on him, because they don't care about what he's going through. They don't care about how he's hurting. It must be painful to have your child turn on you, let alone have children turn on you. You know what I mean? That must be painful. But no one cares how he felt. No one cares about how 50 Cent feels. You see the son siding with the mom and disrespecting the father and turn on the father publicly and all that. You don't think that hurt? No one cares. So we got to go out here and handle our business. And that's what Brian McKnight did. He went out there and handled business. All right. You're going to have to take care of your paper, your reputation, all of that, because no one else is going to do it for you. And I'm glad he got the win. To take advantage of his fame and his talent to make yourself some money, because that's what she was doing. Just keep in mind, it's not like he's going after her on some personal shit. She's trying to make money off of their relationship, off knowing him. A tell-all book, all the shit that we see happening right now, you know, to men. Our business being thrown out in the street by somebody we share private intimacy with. It's fucked up. It's a dirty game. Cause if you reverse it, just think about it. We reverse any of this shit that's happening to men these days, just any of it. We would be called bitch ass niggas. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse my French.
Okay.
I mean a curse. But you know what I'm saying? It will be called all kinds of, you know, we're not men. We're not, you know, we're not you know, strong men. We're weak. We're this, we're that. But it's okay to just do whatever you want to do to men.
Yeah.
It's insane. You know, it's insane. You know, so, you know, I'm glad he got the win. He's protecting his reputation. He's protecting his name. And then most importantly, and I'm gonna close on this last point, he moved on. He moved on. Got turned on, you know, he went through a bad, you know, breakup with his wife, got his kids turned on him. That man said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna make a new hove. When I got a new wife, you know, and sort of, you know, got a new family, and he's focused on that. What I mean is he didn't stop being happy, you know, being happy. You know what I mean? He kept moving forward. A lot of people don't do that. When they have these bad breakups and they end up in bad situations, they end up swirling in that's you know, that, you know, I'm trying not to curse. You know, you see me, I'm trying to
Yeah. I know. It's hard. I had to develop the discipline after a while, Jay Shine, after certain broadcasts that I find in the long run that, you know, I should let it wild out when I find stories like this. But when I come to realization that I must still hold a decorum of composure, because I want people that's going to come across broadcast, regardless is intriguing or not, to listen to this.
Right.
Because really, truly, when we use the vulgarity language like rapidly, it defeats the message in the long run. Now, we're just talking like barbershop, it's fine. But when we talk about serious issues, I want people to hear us clear and well.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Yeah,
I got you. So I'm gonna try to oblige.
Yeah.
So I'm over here self-correcting myself. But but you know, a lot of us, we sit in that that trauma or whatever the situation is, and we get caught up in it, right? And we don't know how to move forward. He didn't do that. You know, he moved forward. He's actually a great example on a lot of levels of what you should do if you're in these situations. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if your wife's gonna go left on you. You don't know if your kids are gonna go left on you. You don't know. You know, you don't know. And if it happens, what do you do? All right. Did he care about what the public thought? No, he stood on the square. You know, he called out what was going on. He said, "No, this is not right. This is what's happening to me. The kids are doing this. The wife was doing that." You know what I mean? He kept it 1,000. You know, and he took all the criticism that came with that. But that's part of being a man. You can't waver. You can't do none of that. You got to stand on your square. So Brian McKnight for the win.
Yeah. And one thing I like about all this, when I really did this more digging, and I did too much digging into this, what I've learned personally is that he doesn't hate his first children, the two boys, or one boy, one girl, wherever it said that he has with the first wife, is he still was somewhat trying to be involved father, even to the point when his son died of cancer, right? But the mother refused for him to step in to help his son with proper treatment in a better area. Because let's be clear here. She don't got a resource. I ask this question every time. What does these women have without these men?
Exactly.
Because last time I checked, they got married at 20. What was she doing when Brian McKnight got signed back in 1989? The next year he married you, and you and him been together for 13 years. And what's the underlying why he divorced you? Whoever got divorced, what? And better go beyond cheating, because I'm at the point now, Jay Shine, that most of you ladies don't give about if a man's cheating, especially the more money he has, personally, or if he's that man. Because let's be clear here. Miss Charlie cheats, all other race men cheat, and you just turn a blind eye. So why is it so different from the black man what he moves and he's being productive doing what he
Because
should be doing?
you're a boy. It's plantation politics as usual.
Okay.
You know, it's plantation politics. You a boy. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, a lot of black men are not seen as men by their own women. You know, even if you a famous, rich athlete, you know, actor, musician, you know, look how Michelle Obama always got to try to like bring down, you know, Obama. You know what I mean?
No, but it should be used as an example. I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to always take a haircut. It's an ego thing. Like, we got this ego competition with our own women, which is out of control right now. You know what I mean? And like you said, who's the engine? Who's the one making all the dough? Who's the one? Even let's say he was making the same money. Say we were both making the same money. Okay. He's still responsible for protecting the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at minimum, you know, you're disrespecting somebody that's gonna be responsible for giving their life for you and your kids. And you would think that would come with some level of respect, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not the case. And if they get mad, we got a culture that says she has a right to be hurt. And if she hurt, then oh well, whatever she does is acceptable. And it's not. It's not. You know, so we gotta turn that page as a society, because that's not even just a black thing. That's kind of a universal thing. Yeah. You know, we got to turn that page. Then no, just because she's upset and because she hurt, she can't do what she want to do. Because what you just pointed out a minute ago sounded like parental alienation to me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. When you get in between the contact between a kid and the father, and you trying to make sure that you control when the father talks to the child, and you know how the father talks to the child. That's parental alienation. That's parental alienation.
Straight up. That's and I'm not sure you heard it. For I could play for you the actual the video, the audio tape of when she you want to play it or you heard it? Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Okay.
You know, if you want to do it for your audience, that's fine. I'll wait.
No. They already hear it. I'm not gonna repeat it because you know,
okay. Yeah, you know, so it's like, you know, that's the only thing that he did not accomplish in this back and forth with her. And we got it. That's the next step. When we go to court against, you know, our baby mothers or ex-wives, whatever the case might be. Because, you know, I got custody of my daughter. The one thing I did not sue my daughter's mother for was parental alienation. This is something we got to start doing. You know why? Because we got to start making it precedents.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So this is something that has to get chased down because no one performs parental alienation more than the mothers. They manipulate their children onto their side. They sit there and have full-blown conversations about grown-up business with their children.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. All their business. Tell them what you and your father, which should be kept in-house.
It got nothing to do with the kids.
Nothing to do with the kids.
You shouldn't be having those conversations with the kids at all. And they just get away with murder in this regard. And what it does, it creates insecurity in children. It creates an animosity, hostility, all kinds of mixed emotions, all kinds of stuff. And it's selfish. All because she's a weak bitch. Oh, damn, my bad. Oh.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Keep going.
I almost bit my tongue off that time.
yeah.
But you know, I mean, she's a weak chick. You know, so you know, and they use the kids, and that has become a social norm. We got to push back against that. The only way we do that is to go through the fire. So that's the kind of fighting we got to be doing. That's why I be like illing out on the manosphere, because these are things that we're not really doing. You know, we got to do this kind of stuff. This is a contact sport. All right. This is a contact sport. When we sit there and work our butts off, and we use our talents and our God-given talents, and we push hard with effort, and we build something just to have it tore down by a bitter female. That's got to be that's, you know what I mean, and to have a legal system that we pay taxes to back up. That has to be dealt with. And you can't just deal with that by talking on the panel. You feel me? You got to go. You got to walk into these courtrooms. You know. So salute to him. Shout out to people like him. Like earlier I said 50 Cent, Therese. These are guys that's doing the work.
Yes,
they're fighting.
Fighting, yeah.
You know, they're not playing around. They fighting back.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all I got to say on that.
And let's keep in mind, black women in their mind, because like you said, they view black men as a whole as boys. They say, how dare you fight back? You're not going to fight back against mama. Are you out your mind? You're going to sue me for defamation. Boy, I owned you. I got your 2 kids. I got control of your sons. When you moved on, I did not move on. That's why he could put that battery in his son's back to destroy his place, except destroy the picture of him and his mother. Tells you everything that we need to know, that you poison your son's heads because you cannot move on. You had a man, you lost him. And here's the sad thing about all this. And this is why I notice a lot of women that married to men that are well established and have names, right? Why are you ladies, you bitches can't remove the last name of the man that you no longer associate with? I'll tell you why, because you have no identity. It tells you this man is more valuable than you. Daenerys Jackson. Why you still got Derrick Jackson's last name, bitch? As sick as you are. You should be moving on. Last time I checked, you don't. Same for Miss Knight. Same for who else got last names? I'm trying to name off the
Jordan's
top.
ex-wife, yeah.
Who?
Jordan, ex-wife.
Yep. Who else? I'm trying to remember. Remember that. I'm being honest with Jay Shine. There's too many women that we can name off our heads right now that still carry their husband's last names that no longer.
You know what? It's not only that they don't have any identity, chaos.
Yep.
They don't have any integrity.
They
don't have any. They don't have any honor.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm going with this is that, and this is hurtful to say, because this might even include some of our own mothers. We're dealing with dishonorable people who are thieves mentally.
Mm-hmm.
They're here to take from somebody else, and they're entitled to it. Let's take marriage and kids off the table.
Okay.
What's the biggest debate we hear right now in the one of the biggest debates we hear in the dating, space? What should be done on a first date? How much a man should pay?
Yes, that's
there's an entitlement. For you to even open your mouth and talk about what somebody should pay for you just to come out and spend time with them. You're supposed to be trying to get to know them.
Yeah.
But it's about, what I'm worth. I'm worth. If it ain't Ruth Chris, then what the woo. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah.
How dare you take me to, what was that place again? Cheesecake Factory. You see what I'm saying? It's all connected. There's an entitlement here because we're not dealing with honorable people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I'm glad I got to raise my daughter. I got to raise her.
Mm-hmm.
But most women across the board, black, white, Chinese, whatever you want to call it, in the Western culture, are being taught to be dishonorable people.
Yes.
They have no honor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they become, this is how they become hoes. Mm-hmm. This is how they become gold diggers. This is how they become womb hustlers. Mm-hmm. All right? That's my term. The term I created, womb hustlers. These are womb hustlers. Women who will use their wombs, whether they become single mothers or they become wives, only to divorce their husbands because past a certain point. You see this all the time with football players. As soon as they retire, women drop papers on them. You understand me? Because they're womb hustlers. They were never there for forever, happily ever after. They was not there for that. That was a lie. They stood in front of their family, your family, in front of a priest, in front of God, and lied. They never meant it. They never meant the vows. It was all a hustle. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? This is the reality of life. Now, if you think I'm bullshitting, put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me I'm wrong when you have women right now being exposed for being yacht girls.
Case in point, Sweetie. She's out there. She's busting wide open for married men, and she's trying to go on other podcasts, take and go around doing damage control. Oh no, baby! Listen, if you're not covenant, you are a 304 out here on these streets. I don't give what you say.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different levels to it, man. You know, you got women out here who will be the sweeties of the world, or to be, you know, a women that will get divorced as soon as they get an opportunity. What's the opportunity? Oh, he cheated. So that presented an opportunity for them to walk away with what? Half your wealth. And in places like California, you can even get future earnings. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to do nothing. So like you said, 20 years old, she retired at 20 years old. Basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? She retired at 20 years old. If she got married to this man when she was 20 years old, and this is a successful man, she retired at that. That's when she retired. Because when they get divorced, whatever the case might be, she's walking away with the house, half his earnings. All right. You can say the same thing for Dr. Dre's ex-wife when they got married. So she got married. I forgot what age she was. Let's just throw up a hypothetical.
Mid 20s.
Yeah, that's what I say 25. Let's say throw 25 out there. So she was 25 years old when she married Dr. Dre. Guess what? She's been retired since she's been 25.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Yeah. And that's how we're not looking at it. Like I want to say this on your channel, and so it's never been said nowhere else before. Okay. When you're a man and you marry a woman, and the day she walks down the aisle with you, you are not marrying her. You are retiring her.
Oh, yeah. All right. Cut to you. Yep.
That's how we look at it. With some paper.
Yep.
And you got it going on financially.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk down the aisle with that woman, you are not marrying her. You are retiring her. And if you're not seeing it that way, you are not about your business. I'm not saying don't get married. I'm saying if you don't see it that way, you understand?
Yep.
And a lot of men are not seeing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're not seeing that this is business. Because I'm telling you right now, when the shit break down and it's time for her to come get her Skrilla, she gonna handle hers.
Yep. Facts.
Straight up.
Facts.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is. Like Run DMC said, that's just the way it is. Huh? She gonna take you to court, and she gonna get her paper up out of you. All right, and that George is gonna award her Skrilla and make you pay for her effort. I mean, they're gonna make you pay for her legal fees. Ain't that something?
Hey, yeah, I don't get that. So you tell me you try and walk off on this marriage. Why I'm paying for your lawyers? Chick, don't you got the money I give you to go pay your own lawyer? And really, that there needs to be a law in the books. Say if you're going to do this no fault thing, you better have your money up for your lawyers. No person that got the money or the resource should be paying for you to get out of this relationship with you.
I agree.
That's not handling business, bro, at all.
No, but that's us as men. Now, see, that comes back to the collective of men. All right, that's not handling any business. So, like for instance, you see the laws that changed in Texas, right? Capping child support, right? You see what I'm saying? It's an umbrella. These are umbrellas.
Kentucky now. Kentucky put some laws now in the books now about the marriage, and now you have to co-parent. Yeah. So what happens? Now these women, the divorce now plummet because they can't walk up with nothing now after this. Because in their mind, and I'm gonna say this personally, and women should know this, right? Marriage is duty. It's not designed for you to be happy ever after. Get off the fantasy television. Stop watching these so-called reality TV shows, wherever they put on TV, because I'm not focused on television for a long time. Get away from that. It's garbage. It's bullshit. Exactly. And what has happened is condition your mind to sit there and say that you will better off without this man, regardless of doing what he's supposed to be doing, and you think there's things better over the fence. I'm sorry, baby. There is not nothing better over the fence. Right. At all. The only thing that you could benefit over the fence is off of somebody else's pocket. Because if you had to go back to work, if you've not been worker anyway, you got to fend for yourself. That's why when the government is now cutting back, which it's doing and it should have done a long time ago, is make you a lot of ladies start think real long and hard on how you move in these streets.
Yeah, you got to de-incentivize because it's turned into a cottage industry. It's a business now.
Yeah.
So you got to de-incentivize it. You know what I mean? That's why I disagree with a lot of dudes when they was talking about, abandoning abortion. I was like, nah, maybe restrict it, to a certain amount of time. I'm with that, but don't do it. Why? Because it was leverage. If you're telling me that you don't have the right, you have the right as a woman not to be a mother because you just don't want to be one.
Okay.
You're right. You don't have the right to. You have the right not to be responsible for the child you created. Remember, they tell you in a minute. It took two, right? Okay, cool. So you don't have the responsibility to raise this kid. You could drop it off at an orphanage. You can drop it off at a fire department. You could drop it off at a hospital if you bring it to full term. If you don't want to, at a certain point, for a lot of your pregnancy, you have a time to get rid of it if you change your mind. So you have the right to make all these decisions if you don't want to be a mother. My pushback would have been said, fine, so be it. That I don't want to be the father.
Mm-hmm.
And if you gave men that right, the ability to walk away from fatherhood, just like they have the ability to walk away from motherhood, then you have a push, and you de-incentivize right off the bat. Overnight, it de-incentivizes single motherhood. Overnight, you can't womb hustle. You can't do none of that. If child support was only for, there's another thing I would change. If child support was only for married women, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now women will be what? Incentivized to get married. Yes. All right. So now on one end, you de-incentivize single motherhood. Now on the back end, if you have laws that says fine, if there's a divorce, we automatically get 50-50. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is how you wash it out. Yeah. This is how you wash it out. And then now we're going to see who came here for what. We're going to see who really came here for the right reasons. We're going to see who really got married for the right reasons. You de-incentivize it through law. And these are the things that we should have been chasing as men. You've heard me say this a million times. Yeah. We got to change. We got to change the laws. I can't depend on her changing her mind. If the laws stay the way they are right now and women start cooperating, fine. We get another 10, 15, 20 years of good cooperation from women, and then their culture changes again and they get back to the bullshit. And now we back up shit creek again. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It's not, I don't care whether she's going to break bad or not. The laws are what the laws are, and the laws will allow you to do what you're going to do. So the laws are either going to incentivize or de-incentivize bad behavior. That's it. And that's what we need to, that's what we should be pushing for as black men, as men in general, so and part of that fight is us stepping in court and doing what this man did. And doing what 50 Cent doing, and doing what Tyrese is doing. Stepping in these courtrooms and fighting back. Especially if we got the resources to do so. I don't care what they say. When Ludacris got his custody of his kids, and Wendy Williams went on her funky show and talked about what kind of man would take a kid from the mother, a good man. You know what I mean? A good man. He has every right to fight for his children. He has every right to fight for his children, and we're not doing enough of it. It has to be an avalanche of this, and that would incentivize the courts to give deference to men as well. It's just it is what it is. We dealing with a funky, for-profit system, that was leaning towards women because it made a lot of money for the system to do so. So we have to incentivize. We have to juice. We have to juice the market, as they say on Wall Street. All right, so we got to get in there and we got to fight, man. And we got to stop judging each other. Because and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. And this is a complete judgment on the men. Because I heard a lot of black men in the manosphere, chaos, years ago, crapping on Brian McKnight, too. Okay. Going with the narratives the mother put out. Okay. Black men, the manosphere did that. Going with the narrative the mother put out. We do this a lot. And then we get into the same things that women do. Well, you should have chose better. What? No, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the law being used as a weapon against a man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he chose a red flag or not. We could all sit here and say, yeah, you should have seen the red flags. I don't know why you got that woman pregnant. Or you seen the red flags. I don't know why you got married to her. That's not the point.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When the system's being used against a man, we have failed to stand with the men.
Yeah, right.
Socially, all right, and publicly, period. Because when it comes to the women, it don't matter what trifling thing that she does, they find a way to back her.
Yep, right.
And we're not even doing that. We're just saying he has a right to fight for his children. He has a right to have a fair judgment, especially when it comes to his finances.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who he chose. Because it's not about who he chose, it's about the system. I had the same thing happen to me when I went up to X channel, and there was a bunch of content creators on there. All right. Nate and all of them was up there, and they disagree with me when I said it's not the women that's the problem, it's the system. See, they wanted to sit there and just go in on the women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. They filed the cases. Yes, they filed. They ain't shit. But when I went to court and when I went through the system, chaos, I realized it was bigger than the women. And that's the game I was trying to push on, and it wasn't accepted. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't accepted at all because they were caught up in the emotions of, wanting to, give women that work. And it's time for that. It's time for to give them a talking to. But when I'm sitting here and giving you a higher conversation as men and saying, look, when I went in there, my daughter's mother was not smart enough to do what they were doing to me. Okay? There was a system there. And I sit there and watch certain things happen in the system, even when I had custody. You know what I'm saying? That was working against me as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not addressing that.
Mm.
So these are the things we got to get about business, you know what I mean? And not make it personal or not make it emotional, because once we start doing that with her, that's when we lose. And my man, Brian McKnight, did not do that. He handled business.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And now she out here, she's singing some of his love songs right now. She's singing the sass.
Well, like I say, he's not out the fire yet. Well, until next week, we'll know more. Once the 21 days is up, which will be the 27th, I believe. But we'll see. I might keep an eye on this. But overall, this is a good victory for the man, and more brothers should follow suit with Brian McKnight's doing, because this needs to be set as an example moving forward. I don't care if you have the resource, not find ways to do so, but there has to be handed out some form of consequence now. I think.
Oh, one more thing, Cass. One more thing I just want to add too.
Okay.
That I want to point out that he did. He documented things.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers, document shit. You got to document. He kept the recordings. He kept the text messages. You see what I'm saying? That's what I did. Mm-hmm. And this is very important when you go to court, because the women lie. And if you have actual text messages, emails, voicemails that contradict her lies, she can be found in contempt.
Mm-hmm. And here's the sad thing about it. She wrote a book, and I did not know the book she released was just this year. So a lot of women that's on their social media platforms, and I'm also end it out with this, especially on TikTok and stuff, where they say he should be canceled, all this nonsense. They forgot to say he sued this woman for this amount of money just to set a point. And the point is that you are not going to continue to defame my character and try to make whatever money you can. You get me? I'm not sure where her net worth is right now, because she released the book like in January. And I'll be honest with you, no one didn't know much about the fucking book. Let's keep it real. The book was something that just come and go. But all I know is she did it just to hopefully to bring light to the situation so she can make some money. She's struggling like most women that are divorcees. I don't care what anybody say, if he's still paying alimony or whatever. His kids are adults, and I'm not sure what she's doing for herself, but it looked like you're not doing good, baby. We have to go release a book on this. Same with Shawnee O'Neal or any woman that is no longer in a relationship. You ladies not taking away the last name because you don't have nothing. You have no identity.
Yeah, she's trying to make money off his name, and it's skullduggery.
And she came on a book too, talking about her marriage. And really, I tell most women this. Listen to me good, and listen well, because we're gonna end this. Anytime a woman does not leave on a good note in any marriage relationship with the man they're dealing with, is woman you should not be fucking with. I don't give who she is.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, that should stay to herself and the man that she used to be with. It should not be for the general public or any other girlfriend. I don't give a crap. See, one thing I would say is, and I can't speak for other race women, but I guarantee you, if we talk about what's so compared between the sisters and them, I guarantee you, I don't hear them talk much. From what I know, is if I really explore and do research about, they're gonna open them up about their baby daddy or the husband's the way that, like how black women do it to us. They keep their mouths quiet. They move on.
Yeah.
You do not move on as a woman. That's why you'll see a lot of black men by default don't really talk about their baby mamas unless they do the baby mamas do them dirt. Even that, a man keeps silent because no one want to hear about your crap, what you're going through.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't go in on about my baby mother. You know, I don't have to.
Because we don't have time to hear from that crap. It's you. One thing we do is say, bro, go find some new coochie. You know what I'm saying? Or has said, damn, dude, what's up? I mean, really, if she did that, you know, you going sour over this it's not even worth it. Because a lot of dudes, we gonna shut down quickly because last one there's deal with is any woman that we're not engaging no more. You get me? Yeah. She's gone for a reason. As good as on your behalf that she's gone. Other than that, any closing remarks, Jay Shine?
Well, no, I mean, just since you broke, I just want to say one thing, just keep in mind, fellas, just because she fuck you, don't mean she fuck with you. Okay?
Indeed.
You know what I mean? That's just that's real life. Just because she fucks you, don't mean she fucks with you. All right? And you gotta understand that reality. And I think a lot of us, get caught up in the love and the relationship, and we forget that we're dealing with another human being. And people have agendas. And women, they do, in that regard, they're deeper oceans than we are as men. So you don't know what's really beneath the ocean with them. You know what I'm saying? Until it emerges. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened with him. He thought he had a loving wife, and he really was he was sleeping with the enemy the whole time. Yeah. So anyway, business is life. Life is business. You brothers handle yours, because I'm definitely handling mine. All right, Chaos, you be good, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right, thank you for coming up, Jay Shine. Look forward to next live stream, because I'm probably gonna go in on another particular woman that looked like she's getting engaged, but about to be married to a young man. So I'm probably gonna cover that. So stay on that one. All right, thank you.
Peace.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching or listening to today's stream. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This was a good one. And overall, Brian Knight took a big W. And this is something that a lot of men should learn. Take notes. This is how you handle business. The links to follow me are in the description of this video and other videos here on the Chaos Rain Show. You can follow me on Twitter, Discord, and Facebook. Eric Ray on Facebook. And please become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Rumble as well. Thank y'all for watching today's stream. Looking forward to comments on this one. And till next time, guys. And I mean till next time. I mean literally. The Chaos Rain.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with.
Must reign. The chaos.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
Let that chaos reign with.
The chaos
Let that chaos reign with.
must reign.
Let me see. Who's this on the line? J line. Hello. All right. I see.
Yeah, it is Jay Line, man.
What's good? What's good? Jay
Yeah,
Shine,
yeah.
come back. I apologize, Jay Shine. I just saw you in the chat room. I apologize. You come back up, Jay Shine. Yeah,
I'm here.
yeah, I know. Okay, J Line Minikit. I'm not sure if you just listened to just the other part of the show. The first part of the show was the reading part.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, man, it's just
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Jay Shine, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, boss.
All right, good. I saw you earlier. I just had I just now looked in the chat room. You know, I wish you guys wrote some in the private chat so I know.
The Obsidian book, right?
Yeah, it's Obsidian's last book that came out.
Yeah, man. I mean, the state of these women are just like very, very bad. It's just bad, man. It's just like it's
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, this how you know it's I think Paul Pierce was saying like he said, "Oh man, I got to get out there." When you have a professional basketball player saying he checking out, then you know it's bad, man. And when you have what's the other soccer, I think tennis player, what's her name, half Japanese, and she's a baby mama. Yeah, it's a wrap, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. I mean, say so. If you got, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't just the hood chick, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the like lower class. I mean, this mess is just affected all of these modern American, talking about women, man. It's just like if there is no hope for the next generation, man. This thing is like a sinking ship, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was saying so, and I think that and dudes just so much checking out, and I was like, man, I think they were saying Gen Z like 30%, like a lot of them dudes are virgin, man, stuff like that, man.
I heard about
Yeah,
that.
man. So I think the birth rate is down low, man. So to me, shoot, man, I think dudes should not even don't even give these. I mean, just let it die out. I don't think these dudes should. They's like, oh, if he won't sperm for me, you need $1 million. Huh? Dudes should be selling these stuff. Like it's like these chicks, you don't even deserve that, huh? You get to that point where, I think it's gonna get to a point where, like you said, with the nightclub is or shutting down, right? So that means all that stuff is just breaking down. Like then they said, I think a lot of these chicks lost the jobs. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like all the entry level job, man. And it is a wrap, man. So you're gonna see a lot of chicks getting a lot of pets and stuff, a lot of dogs, and you might be having like government trying to pay dudes to have families with these chicks or something like that. I think that's how the future gonna be. They're gonna be paying the government and be handling check. Please get these broads pregnant. Please get them this, give them this, man. It don't look good, man. I can tell you that the future does not look good at all.
Okay. I get you. All right, I'm moving on with Jay Shine. Jay Shine. In regards, I know you didn't catch the reading of the book, but you did catch the part I talked about this thing that just popped up, and I gotta see if it'll make more of its rounds. But if it is true, like they said it was, then like I said, Travis has to take that L that we all anticipated. You get me? And I'm not saying he can't bounce back because, and I hear some ludicrous, erroneous numbers like she gonna get 20 million off this. You ain't getting no 20 million, baby. Not that quick. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the laws of Tennessee. Now, depending on how the rules go about if there is a form of infidelity and he can actually prove it, you might not get nothing at all, baby. Personally, you might if they do give you some, it's not gonna be a lot.
Well, the thing is, he married her, so
yeah.
You know what I mean? He married her. You know what I mean? And in those so-called red states, marriage is it's ironic, because the red states are actually hard on you when it comes to marriage. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of ways. So, only question I have is she really pregnant? I mean, is she pregnant? Then
Yeah, and that's my biggest concern because, like I said, if this was really true, because I only see 1 or 2 videos about this circulating, and I'm not sure if it's really accurate because we're not in the NFL season yet until another couple weeks. But let's say if this is holding up as true, right? My biggest concern is they did show a baby bump during the wedding, but it don't look like it might be. I don't know if she's really pregnant because we can't tell right now because you'll know like in 3 more months. But let's say she is. I said, my dude, I'm hoping you're gonna get DNA tests ASAP. You know, because she already shown that she was not really into you. So now if some dude had the balls to send you private pictures from IG of her she's in the bed with another man, that's just flexing. Just to show you, say, yo, look how big a cuckold you are. You know? And trust me, Jay Shine, some dudes are grimy nowadays. They're not doing this to protect another brother. Just to sit there.
I know, but are those pictures of her in the bed with the dude? Is that recent?
I don't know, because this is one of 2, 3 different videos talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Yeah.
So if a person sends some private to his Instagram messenger, you get me? And he confronted her, and that's what they said that they had an argument, and what they said. And I don't really go by this because we can't really validate this. But let's say they had a back and forth, and he just left the house and gone somewhere else to a motel. If this is true, I mean, what more she could hold up against him to really put him as the bad guy? You get me? Because unless now he has cameras everywhere. You get me? Because normally if that's where he walked out, she could always say something different. Say, well, he kind of slapped me, hurt me up, you know, after the truth come out. I got abused and all that dumb shit, you know? Because remember, they'll lie about a lot of shit, you know? So, I don't know. That's the only thing I can go by what is a he or she say.
Yeah, if I was him, I would separate from her for a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And for all we know, it could be clickbait at best. You get me?
Could be.
But right now if it's making circulation, so it's something to really examine. And Nora, this I just came across this just a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it's really validated. We'll know more in a week. You get me? Because usually anybody puts something on the internet, it has to be backed up in the next couple of days. If not, it's just clickbait at best.
Yeah. So hopefully it's bullshit for him for his sake. You know what I mean?
For his sake, yeah, for his sake. Because a lot of men have warned his simp ass not to marry this bitch. You know, last thing you want to do is marry this chick. You know, and you did marry her.
Well,
And
he's a lollipop, so you know.
Yeah, getting nice, licked nicely. You know.
1, 2 licks.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What was that old commercial that you know that was a lollipop commercial?
That's what I was saying. I was just saying, yeah, 1, 2 licks. I mean, licks to the middle of I forgot the name of the lollipop though.
The Tootsie Roll. I don't know.
That wasn't Tootsie Roll. It was something else.
I forgot the name of that commercial, but yeah,
like, easy lick, man.
very easy. This was an easy one. This is a quick one. You know what I'm saying? Let me bag an extra couple mil from this dude. Hell, we got a bag from Shannon Sharp's sip old ass. Now we're gonna line up. Listen, they're gonna line up Travis nicely. We're gonna line you up nicely for this one. You know,
this is insane. I mean, you just got dudes catching L's left and right, man. Fucking home, man. And you know what's ironic is that the dudes catching the biggest L's and not even catching them with black women.
Bro, I tell you, man, it tells you out of all things. And let me tell you something. Black men are a little bit more wise to say they're not catch your L from no black beep. But for non-black women, yes, baby, you can take my money. Go ahead.
And that's what I was always saying, man. Like when I saw those guys come around that cis bim shit, you know, and I'm like, and I said this on X channel. I said this a lot of places back in the day on the panels. I was like, dude, if you cannot handle this white girl, I mean, I said, if you cannot handle Keisha, you cannot handle this white girl.
Exactly. Yep.
That's what I said. You know what I mean? Because I work with white women, you know, And I know how cunning they are and how slick they are. So it's not the issue is not color. The issue is culture. America has trained its women to be conniving whores. All right, that's the culture. That's American culture. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand that, then what you're doing is you're lining yourself up because what you're saying is it's bad over here, it's safe over here, right? It's bad over there, and it's safe over here. And if you're saying something safe, that means you're not on guard, right?
Yep.
So you got it. It's just that. It's just that simple. Niggas think it's sweet. Niggas think it's sweet because it's because of culture. They think about the culture. No, it's America. And the secret to the world, I always tell people all the time, is people do what they can get away with. That's it. All right. So when I say business is life and life is business, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. And a lot of black men are not handling business. Okay? They're not handling business. They're getting caught up with shit they like. They seeing something they're so attracted to and so infatuated by, and they're not thinking about the business of things. Because she's gonna handle her business. All right? She's gonna handle her business. If she gotta stand in front of court or go somewhere to file some shit, she's gonna do it.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it. And she's gonna get all in your pockets. And she's gonna have every number on her bank account gonna be correct. Okay. She ain't gonna miss a digit. Okay. Because she about her business.
Yeah.
And we're not looking at ourselves as businesses. And you got millionaire dudes running around here just wilding out, man, and just throwing a lot of shit away. They just basically giving, half their earnings or more to another group of people. That's what you're doing. Family is a business. It's not love. Love is great if you have it, but it's always still business.
Yeah.
You can have a loving relationship in the beginning, everything is great. But what happens when y'all been together 10, 15 years? Right?
Yeah.
You still got to have somebody that's about the business of the family. Those are the real women. That's what you should be looking for. Women who are devoted to the actual situation that they're in and not looking for a come up. These women are looking for come ups. This was an easy lick, you know what I mean, for her, because she was easy to see. Everybody could see it. Everybody could see it. The fact when she first started doing podcasts and her own videos, for what? Simple question. I would ask my man. If I was his man, I'm like, yo, why is she doing videos? For what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why does she need attention? You know what I'm saying? Why does she? What is that about? She wants to be famous. She's showing you who she is.
Yeah.
So this was an easy lick. This is easy to see. Anybody could have seen this. Ray Charles is dead and blind. He could see this. You know what I mean? So he got to get got, man. The question is how bad?
How
Is she
bad?
pregnant? Yeah, how bad? That's the question right now. How bad? He gonna get got.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. And not only is a wrap, some people have to assume how fast Travis could really get himself back together. Because right now, a man that's actually in love for the first time, which he has shown, because he devote all his time and energy to this chick, is the recovery process. Knowing he is young, but there's a process for every young man when they go through real loss of an actual love. Either it's going to make them or it's either going to break you. And I will assume that this is going to probably break him back for a young brother. And it's sad to see young black man get breaking.
And he hasn't even started his career yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He's just he hasn't even played one snap yet. And that's what I'm saying. He wasn't about his business. Now, if I was him, like I was saying earlier, I would separate from her right now because you got to do damage control. And you also got to now start protecting yourself. What's going to happen? All right, I'll tell you what. Don't be surprised, Chaos.
Yeah.
In a week, you hear, he pushed me.
Yes. Yeah, that's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I see it coming. Yep. Look at this. Yeah. And when it comes and really, if you think about Jay Sean, right? That was the plot that a lot of people said on previous videos. That's the next move she's gonna do to get out of this. So she comes out to be the good girl, not the whore. She really is, you know.
Obviously, she don't care what people think, so
Yeah.
she gonna pull it. And this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's coming. And
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't have the cameras, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with this racist regime right now in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, looking for an opportunity to throw a brother under the bus.
Yep.
It's all laid up for her. So he needs to get away from her.
Mm-hmm.
ASAP. And I don't care about anything she got to say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we got a lot of tender dick niggas running around right now who can't be told nothing. And you jealous because you ain't got her. You know, you jealous because you ain't got a woman. You jealous, you know, that we got men.
Yeah.
You tell them nothing. All right. So you're gonna have to catch this L. But I'm worried about more than that. I'm worried about him losing his career.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm telling you right now, she's so stupid. If she was smart, she wouldn't do nothing like that. But she's so stupid, she would.
She would, yeah. Because remember, she's not really into the dude. And I'm not sure if this is a good thing to mention.
But her emotional crash outs,
yeah,
her emotional crash out chaos
Mm-hmm.
showed me that she's not that smart. You know what I mean?
No, she's not smart.
Yeah, she's not that smart. So, you know, you got to get away from her.
But one thing, Jason, we have to look at is we all know she's not really into Travis or has any like or love for the dude. So the problem with this that a lot of men should understand that if she's not fully into you like that, she will not do things that's going to jeopardize not what you're doing at the greater bag. Because in her mindset, I secure something. I don't care what happens to after. Give me my money. Let me go about my business to go screw other men, mostly black men, and call it a day. Because she don't really worry about the what do you call it, the trap, not Travis, how do I say it? You know, after a major catastrophe, she don't want to see the fallout. She don't care what's gonna happen to the fallout. She's safe, you know. She'll get her little couple, maybe 1 or 2 some million, and she's gonna be going back to what she was normally doing: social media, OnlyFans, all that stuff, and being a rap dude or a so-called struggling artist side chick at best. You know,
She's crazy, man.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. A lot of guys got to recognize. Look, one thing about me that I can admit, I'm not a square jaw nigga. Right? I'm not a pretty boy. I'm an average looking dude. You know what I'm saying? And I love being an average looking dude. The thing about me though versus a Travis is that I have game and he doesn't.
Yes.
All right. I didn't come up with being, you know, the chosen kid that got a lot of attention, you know, because of my athletic prowess. You know what I mean? You know, so he's used to people liking him just because they like him, but they really don't like him. It's because you are an athlete and you're somebody that everybody wants to get close to. You know what I mean? That's not how it is. Me, I was a regular person, no status. So for me to get to get some sex from women, I had to have game. You know, I had to talk to them. I had to, you know, deal with them as me, not as a star athlete. You feel me? So a lot of brothers that are in his situation don't know what to do. And they falling for this girl's not even, she's not even like, you know, the best at, you know, like there's some women out there who are really nice at, you know, working dudes. She's not even, she was easy to see. This was a, you know what I'm saying? Like this was not even a hard figure out. There's some women out there who really play their part. They play. A lot of these white girls, they do it to football players all the time. You know, they play housewife and all that. And it's a short-term plan to get married, have their kids, and then divorce them by the time they're 30.
Yeah.
All right. And that's what they do to NFL. You see those, I say this all the time. You see those linemen, those white boys who are linemen, they got those nice, pretty blonde women. And these some big dudes and stuff. Them dudes be out of the NFL in about 6-7 years. and their knees be all fucked up, their hips be fucked up. This is when they really need a wife. And guess who
Yeah.
leaves them?
Oh yeah, they need a wife. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And guess who leaves them in 3 or 4 years? Those white women. Okay, and this is a known fact that most NFL players are divorced 3 to 5 years after they leave the league.
Ain't that? And that's a trend, and no one's really paying attention to that.
That's a long trend. This is something that's been that we, you know what I'm saying, you can go back for the last 30 years and look at it, right? So
Yeah.
for me, I don't understand for the life of me why the men keep falling into this. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, to me, that's why I say things like, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or disrespectful or start any beefs, but this is why I say the manosphere has failed. All right? Because the manosphere is not supposed to be just about calling women out and pointing out their bullshit. That's not what the manosphere is supposed to be about. Not when you include the word man. If we are men, we're supposed to be training other men. And the manosphere has completely failed in that regard. OnlyFans is popping.
Yeah, on deck. Real talk.
mean, that's men fueling that. We still got idiots out here marrying not only just regular women who are working on what I call women conducting backdoor hoeing, but we also got men out here not only doing that, we got men out here marrying hoes.
Hey, did you hear that Sukiyana got married? Which I didn't know, because I didn't hear much on the media,
bro.
Because
these dudes out here marrying slores, just
it's embarrassing, bro.
You know what I mean? Just putting slores in white dresses, man. Come on, man. This is upside down. This is Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you watch that show, Stranger Things. This is upside down.
Yep.
So that say the manosphere. When I say the manosphere has failed, I'm not trying to, just bust my gun at certain content creators or dudes I don't get along with or whatever the case might be in the space. There's a lot of motherfuckers in the space I don't respect. But the bottom line is that as a space, and somebody who's been around the space before it was a space, it has failed in that regard. It's turned into content creators trying to make money off of sensationalism. You got dudes out here I used to rock with, and all they doing now is popcorn reactions, and you know what I'm saying? So, it's not about building the men and building the mentality and getting the men on code. All right. The fact that these dumb, idiotic women, and they are idiotic, because only an idiotic woman will come up with something like that website, the T website.
I wish you were here, bro. I covered that in length, even to the co-founder that developed the app, right? And I tell you, anytime when a non-black man that looks like he could be a sissy that develop an app for whatever reason, I look at the overall effects that this app is not even 5 years old, but you look at the after effects why it's now trending is because niggas are on the app doing Negro shit, and that's the honest truth.
You know what it highlights? What it highlights though, it highlights the immaturity of today's women, because all they want to really do is sit on there and be misandrous, you know what I mean, and just hate men. And that's why I'm saying the stupidity of it is that's something I wouldn't even engage in. Before I even saw what the site was, before I seen a photo, when I first heard about it, I was like, these women are crazy. These women are dumb. Do you understand? If you do something like that, the men could turn right around and talk about how y'all be getting broom closets at the job and doing all the slick shit y'all been doing and you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't win that arms race. Part of being a woman and being sexually free is that you have some discretion. So to create a situation where you putting people on blast and think the men are not going to do the same was insane to me. It was idiotic. That let me know we're not even dealing with smart females. They care more about just getting on and being misandrous and saying this person ain't shit and this person ain't shit. Look at this guy, and they just want to sit around like high school girls, and go in on men, which is misandry. So the fact that, and then you're dealing with dudes. Some of these dudes in the manosphere are straight incels that are geeks. Of course, you're gonna get hacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just tells me how unintelligent they are. All right, so This is what we're dealing with out here. We're dealing with a reckless female that's not intelligent.
Yep.
And the men keep walking into this shit. I don't get it. And then that comes right back to the Travis Hunter thing. I don't understand it, man. You know what I mean? But it shows the failure of the men to coach and, you know, the other men. See, us in the 90s, so like what I tell chicks all the time, why I talk crazy in the way I talk, because I'm from the 90s, ho. All right? I'm from a different era. But we were trained by the older street cats from the 70s and 80s. You see what I'm saying? So our maturation was different. And there's just no way in the world that this chick right here will get over on one of us. It just wouldn't happen. We would see her from a mile away. And we got enough discipline, you know, and confidence to leave her alone. There's a lack of confidence in here, too. We got to talk about that, too. We got a dude that is a dog on the field. Absolute animal on the field. This dude is so talented. This boy's bad. You know what I mean? And the catch-22 is the very thing that makes him so good on the field is what's making him is what's a flaw in this relationship. The stubbornness. You know what I mean? The stubbornness and the dedication and that, you know, like I'm going to win mentality he has on the field. That's what he took with the rest of us when it came to her.
Yeah.
That's
You're
stubbornness.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what's going to come up. And he's going to lose. The only good thing about this is that it's happening right now. All right. That's the only thing. That's the only thing we can salvage out of this. He doesn't have any real money yet. He's on his rookie contract. You know what I mean? That next contract is what all the money comes from. You see what I'm saying? That re-up. Your rookie contract is not your big contract. Your rookie contract is, you know, they give you a starter money. You get a good chunk of money if you're, you know, first round pick and stuff like that. You know, first 10 pick, top 10 pick, whatever. You get a certain amount of money. You get more guarantees. But that's still not the biggest payday. He's not getting paid. He's not going to be the highest paid player on the Jaguars. You know what I mean? That's not yet. That comes when it's time for him to get an extension. That's when he gets that big salary. You know, after he's performed and he's had a couple Pro Bowls and it's like, oh, he's really the truth. They hit him off with that paper. You know what I mean? So that's the only good thing about this. If this shit blows up right now, he ain't really losing too much. All right? He ain't losing too much. He be paying child support and and then when he does get that contract, she'll get to go back and get more money for child support. That's the only thing. So my only concern right now is if there's really a baby involved. If there's no baby involved, I think he can actually get out of this shit. You know what I mean? Kind of unscathed. But, you know, but this mother's lovesick, so who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy is, what do you call it? Sprung, licked. He's all the above of a typical young man, when he first got a whiff of some actual what they consider a baddie coochie. And she's not really baddie, but I was using that as the endearment that, you know, and yeah, to his eyes. And I'm saying that, you know, and there's a saying, Jay Shine, that some dude said it best, that a lot of men need to stop going a lot of these chicks DMs. And I'm thinking, and I have to agree with that, they're going to have to cut back on DMs, like literally. Because I think what happens with a lot of men, that when you go into a woman's DM, right, just a hot, right, you're emboldening the chick, you know. And when you do it, and think about it, one woman that think that they can go on a man go on DMs, that's enough validation for their sake that said someone wants them. Hell, I think I know a particular chick that is a serious big back. She wanted to switch from, I guess, dealing with black men to go date outside race. And, you know, I look at it and say, well, I don't know, sweetie. I mean, I didn't really say much because, you know, she big, like really big, like 300 pounds big, right? I just say, oh, good luck to that. And, you know, she would say, thanks, because I can't really tell the real truth. You know what I'm saying? If I want to, if I had to give a crap.
Right.
But it goes to show you that if you're in your 30s and you're looking to be settled down and become, I guess, a wife or wherever your intentions are, you're not going to get that at a heavy set weight. and getting, giving up your goods, which really you get a man getting something out of you anyway, and you're not getting anything in return besides release as a woman. That now you think that you are validated, that someone wants you. And a lot of men been telling enough women this, especially black women, modern or not, that a man giving you intercourse is not a determinant of validation. Period. Because whether a man can get access to or not, that does not determine that now you're worth something. That someone wants you because someone wants to have intercourse. That is the most lowest form, idiotic form a person could think of. But you can't tell a lot of black women that, because a lot of black women in their mind that as long as somebody is giving some attention, and even go as far as they give them sex, that's all they need to function. So if that's all you need, what happens if both are cut off? What then now?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to do something to get that, right? That means you have to put in the work. You're going to have to compete and do something to establish the male gaze again, right? So yeah. That's what they do.
A woman, what she should be concerned with is just getting her one guy. You know what I mean? That's all she should be concerned with. The problem with a lot of these women is they concerned with that gaze. The gaze of what? Of the many. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. When she was trying to go out here and be on camera all the time, and you know what I mean, she was being in, commercials. I'm like, what? I was like, bro, what is she doing? You know what I mean? This girl wants her own thing. She wants her own attention, but she's using you. No one would know who she is. She's a nobody without you. You know, she's a bust down without you. So when you see that in somebody, it's no different than having a friend. We can take this out of sex. You got a homeboy who's constantly trying to get the shine. This is, say it was one of his homies, right, from what he grew up with.
Yep.
And they constantly trying to get shine. They constantly hopping on the camera, constantly talking. You know what I mean? Constantly going live when they hanging out with you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same common sense. I don't see it doesn't change. In fact, you should be more alarmist when it's your woman. But again, the manosphere has failed for whatever reason to really be what they need to be. If you think about it, you look at feminism and look at what the women have done. Look how they have terraformed the women to their own detriment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you see how they get on code. You see how the women get on code against men in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right away. Even the ones that don't say nothing, the ones who are quiet are just as complicit because they're not speaking out against or speaking out for what's right or what's wrong. When a woman is wrong, they just be quiet. So you got the women who are loud in defending them and protecting them and creating a narrative or the talking points in that moment. And you got the other ones who are just being quiet because they want to reserve the right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you already have this handful of women who will speak out for what's right and what's wrong. So that's why I say the manosphere has failed, because it has not trained the men to be a counterweight to that. We don't have a code of conduct. All right. Every time something happens, right there to help throw them under the bus. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, the Shannon Sharp situation. What Shannon Sharp did was stupid.
Very stupid.
But what the manosphere is not capturing and not banging on and not going hard on, what the women would do in reverse, is go after the female who's extorting him.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? Like we just completely got past the fact that this fucking bitch is extorting a man.
Mm-hmm.
He's being lied on, and we have failed to get rid of that. You can just ruin my life on accusation. To live under that kind of pressure and to live in that kind of situation as men is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
It's unjust, and quite frankly, in a lot of ways, it's unconstitutional because you're supposed to get due process. Simple things we could have done legally to move that needle. Like for instance, when women are allowed to have autonomously come in and make an allegation, so they get shielded, right?
Yeah.
The man should be shielded as well until the due process is done. Why we put him out there on Front Street off of accusation, and then she gets to be Jane Doe? I'm not saying we don't take them seriously. Take the accusation seriously, do the fucking investigation, all that kind of shit, but he should be shielded too. I shouldn't have the accusation hanging over my head if it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
It should be allowed to be proved. See, that's what I'm saying. That's called due process.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be innocent to proven guilty, right?
Correct.
They got it set up where it's even me saying what I'm saying. You're shaming victims. You see what I'm saying? That's how they couch things. They are on point when it comes to pushing their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a counter to that. We don't have a counter that exists to that. All we have is a bunch of dudes that are in the early stages of what feminism is today. You know what I'm saying? We just saying how we feel. You know what I'm saying? But we have not created the counter narratives. So when you go to mainstream media, when they talk about the T website, they couching it as this was a safe place for women. It was a hateful place for women.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But if you go to the fucking media, they saying it a different way because they get to control these narratives, and we have not created the counter narratives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say it's failed. And until we start doing that, start applying pressure to policy, law, and creating these counter narratives to shift the dynamics in social order, then we have not done anything.
Yeah, you're right.
We have created a space where men can talk freely. That's it. So we get to come on here and emote, talk how we want to talk, but we have not collectivized that into a single thought or some, or some type of codes of conduct. So we go out here and we react. That's why I love what that brother did on that. I'm gonna send you the link. You probably haven't seen it. There's a brother who went on one of those female shows. He's from the show BMF, right?
Okay.
He's one of the brothers from the BMF show, and she was throwing out all these women that yay and nay. She's like pass or smash, and he's like, and it was like, it was Lori Harvey. He was like, pass, and she was like, what's wrong with Lori Harvey? And he was like, she's busy. That girl's busy, and he was using the term busy as instead of saying she's out in these streets, she's a hoe. He was using a cute term like busy. You see what I'm saying? And and then they threw up Caruso. Palmer, you know what I mean? They threw up all these different women. He was just turning them down left and right. And guess what? In the comment section, because of how cool he did it, but he stood on his masculine frame, the women were like, "Oh, I like him." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get no hate. He didn't get any hate because of how he did it. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, Chaos, regardless. I don't have to be brash about it. I don't have to be bombastic about it. I'm not giving you a dime. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to say it that way. I'm still not gonna give you a dime. I could be cool about it. Like, nah, chill out, sis. You got it. Nah, you got it. You got it, girl. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say something like that. I'm not gonna say, bitch, I ain't giving you nothing. I don't gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gotta do that. Just stay on your masculine frame. And this is what I train when I talk to young men. This is how I teach them how to carry yourself. Oh, we're gonna be men. We're gonna be cool though.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the end result is no dough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the story, no matter how cool I was, no matter how polite I was, no dough.
No dough.
No
Keep
dough.
my dough in my pocket.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna get my
baby
my
girl.
wallet. Beep.
Baby girl, you know what I mean? Oh, we gave you got a little bit of drink. We was already drinking, sister. No problem. You can have a little bit. All right? But it's no dough. All right? It's no dough. You a boss bitch, right? Yeah, boss babes. I'm not gonna say that to her. I'm not gonna have an argument with her. I'm gonna be like, no, you got it, girl. Oh no, you killing it again, girl. I know what you make, girl. You killing it. You getting out of that. See what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna start feeding her ego.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not parting with no dough.
Mm-hmm.
No dough. I should get it. We're gonna have t-shirts for this. This is gonna be winter t-shirts and shit. We're gonna have t-shirts. Everybody gonna have their fucking winter coats on and go open their coats like Superman. It's gonna say no dough. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll play out like this. Say, sweetie, you got they said, hey, you got $5 in it? And you pull the shirt, oh, no dough.
No dough.
And she give you that look, say,
no dough.
And say, and here's the funny thing, or should I say, you know, matter of fact, I'll play the video right here. Let's look at this. You don't like this, and I'm gonna ask one more question before I wrap this up. Let me find the video. This right here. Where is it? I pull it up, and this is your reaction. Watch this.
I'm listening.
If a man texts me and I'm on my way to do any type of woman maintenance, hair, nails, lashes, wax, and I tell you what I'm doing and you don't offer to pay or you just don't send no money, you can really go to hell. And you can really lose my number because I don't know, it just bothers my soul knowing I'm telling you what I'm about to do and you know it's gonna involve spending some bread and you ain't sending none. Like, leave me alone forever.
And we absolutely will not. We absolutely will not. We ain't sending you shit. 2025, we done with that goofy shit. Gentlemen, listen to me and listen to me very well. You will not be a goofy and send a woman some money to get her hygiene taken care of so another nigga can.
No dough.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
No dough.
You going to pay for her wax so she can sit her bald eagle on another nigga face. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. If you want to be an inner city goofy, go right ahead. Just goofy your ass onto Cash App and send her some money so another nigga can. Inner city goofy. Yeah, we're not on that no more.
No dough. She said,
no
you're not gonna offer to pay my lashes. No dough. You ain't gonna offer to pay to get my hair done. No dough. That should be your own responsibility, baby. You should be handling your maintenance. Me as man, if you can't pay for basic maintenance, that's on you, sweetie. Just like I buy deodorant, I buy my little products, my own, upkeep. You should be able to have that on deck. If you wait for a dude just to sit there for offer to pay that tells me everything you know about you, baby. Personally, especially the basics.
Well, a chick is asking a man she don't hardly know to pay for anything. That tells you what you need to know.
That's all you know, yeah.
Well, you know, because that doesn't even make any sense. That's some new shit.
New shit.
That's new shit.
Sucker shit.
You don't come into a relationship or you just meeting somebody and they start taking care of your living. She wants, look, let me tell you what's wrong with a lot of people. And this is not just women either. A lot of people in this generation today.
Yeah.
A lot of people want structured results with no structure.
Bingo.
All right. And it's getting insane to me that people want structured results with no structure. She wants to be treated like a wife, but she doesn't want to be one. How many times you heard them say, they want a traditional man? You want a traditional man. You want an old school man, but you're a brand new bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not a traditional woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, if I find a man that's masculine and he taking care of things, that I can fall back into my feminine frame and then I can be a traditional woman. That's not how traditional works. Traditional women are traditional women. They're not. It's not based on conditions.
Mm-hmm.
You have a traditional woman, you're not. Well, how do I know if he's a real one? I tell you what, keep fucking legs closed until you find out. It's not that hard. It's a game that's being played. It's nonsense. And we got to get curt in how we walk in life. See, look, the way we talk online, the way some of these brothers talk online, and then we find out behind the scenes they've been, simping behind the scenes. David Carroll looking at you at the grave. We come to find out he's kiki and ha and helping and telling on brothers and everything to crystalline kerosene.
Yeah.
See, a lot of these dudes don't live like. See, the real test, and I said this on my channel, and I said this years ago. The real test of a red pill is not on a panel with a bunch of dudes. The real test of a red pill is in the presence of women.
Can you say it again for the people in the back?
The real test of a red pill is in the presence of women, not on a panel full of dudes. All right, it's in the presence of women. That's the real test of a red pill. So coming on and showing out for each other, I don't believe that. See, the thing is, I got a track record. You can go to BGS for women. You can go to Maximum's Ladies Nights. And I'm sitting on a panel with a bunch of women who invited me there. And I never changed my position. There's no simping, no nothing.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Verbal Assassin even said it on a live one time. Thanks for coming through, Jay Shine. We appreciated your point of view. You know, we didn't always agree with you, but it's okay. You know, there was no simping. You kept it real. They know what simping is. They know when niggas are simping. The fact that she even said that shit on live stream tells me they know women are simping. So when you see these dudes going to these certain panels and they be on certain panels with women and all that, and they be kiki and ha, they know you a fin simp. And they take it. But guess what else they'll take? They'll also take this masculine frame too. See, if we show up as men and give them what I was talking about with the guy came and all those different women and using that. I'm gonna send you the link. You got to see it. It's kind of funny, right? Yeah. How he pass up on Young Miami, all kind of people, and how he talks about them without talking about them. So it's a master class. This young man he's been trained right. I could tell by the way he carried himself. Let me know the dudes that raised him. Okay, that's what it tells me. Okay, that he has some real, players around him.
Yeah.
So anyway, the bottom line is that when you come that way, and guess what they're going to do? They gotta have this dick, Chaos. They not putting down the dick. Even in what's her face? Shit, Crystal Carrison and Cynthia G. They still going for the nigga. They can't leave the dick alone.
Yeah. Oh, tone down a little bit. Tone down a bit. Just a little bit. Look, tone down a little bit.
My bad.
Yeah.
They're not going to put down that penis. All right. Especially if it's black. They're not doing it. It's not going to happen. So that way, what I'm saying is that you don't have to be this way. You don't have to be a simp. You don't have to be a Travis. You don't have to be, some of these fake dudes that's on these channels, and then you come to find out how they are behind the scenes, right? How they live in real life. It's been nothing but simping in real life. You got a dude that was doing the masculine thing. I'm forgetting his name. I don't like that dude either. I'll come in a moment. But he was back in the day. He used to be on the show with O'Shea and them and Amy and them. He used to do
the Rumble,
Brother Pill podcast with them.
Oh, LER movement.
No, not LER. It was the other guy he had a masculine man movement. Damn, I can't remember the brother's name, man. I got his face in my head. I don't like the dude. He's a coon too. But the bottom line is that, he's with a white woman, and when you go to his thing, it was just nothing but simple. This dude's wearing costumes, and you know what I mean, and just being this soft, or okay, honey, dude. But he's on the channel trying to tell men how to conduct themselves with women.
I don't know if you're talking about what they call the guy that does the masculine mindset.
That dude, exactly.
Steve Dean Williams.
What's his name again? Steve
Dean Williams.
Yes, Steve the Queen, whatever. Look, that dude is a simp. Okay. He's a coon, and I mean, it was all about. And we saw what happened with the other dude that left the Black Manosphere, Donovan. You know what I mean? Sharp.
Yeah, Donovan Sharp.
These guys are a mess. They're not the real thing. They don't live a certain way.
Yeah. They don't,
you know what I'm saying? They don't live a certain way. I live the shit I talk about.
Yep.
I don't hear no crazy shit about me in the Black Manosphere behind the scenes. You don't think I'm partaking with situations, in my personal life? You don't hear nothing about it. I engaged with a lot of women that was in the space, but offline. You don't hear nothing about me because of how I carry myself away from the mic. All right? And this is what we have not done as a manosphere to these youngins out here. All they have is talk. All they have is talking points and expression. That's all they have. That's all they gotten from the manosphere. All right?
Yeah.
That's it. They haven't really learned. They don't know how to walk. They don't know how to do the work. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the white manosphere and how they've gotten some political gain, exposure, what happened with us? You see what I'm saying? So we're not about business, and because of that, there's gonna be a lot of young men like Travis who are gonna get caught up because there's no guiding lights in manhood right now. All right, it's just a bunch of dudes talking, and that's it. That's it. And then as soon as you throw a man, come on, man, these guys out here talking crazy about Karuchi and Dion. You know how many motherfuckers out here would suck a fart out of Karuchi if they met her?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That shit will go to the wayside, Chaos. That's why I don't believe nobody. Not saying nobody. I don't believe a lot of these dudes when they talk. Because we all know if Karuchi actually walked in the room, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That brother would stab you in the neck with a spoon, Chaos, to get to her. All of a sudden, he don't know you, Chaos. So that's something we have to correct amongst the men. We have to. If not, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to keep breaking down dudes. They're going to keep over dudes. If we don't address this false allegation shit that's going on out here, you know what I'm saying? Instead of talking about how Shannon's up, and he did, you know what I mean? And it's okay to bring that up, to hold the men accountable. I'm with that. Right? Because this is stupid shit. The bigger issue is the extortion. That's the bigger issue. And why it's being allowed to happen. We're not dealing with that. Why these courts are entertaining this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We tax-paying men. So at some point, we're acting like suckers because we're not even addressing the fact that we're paying taxes into a system that's not working for us. Okay? So just look at it that way. And that's what I'm gonna do. Every time I come around, if I do come around, I'm gonna keep expressing this over and over again because we're gonna have to get to a point where we're gonna have to be about our business.
All right. A quick question. I gotta wrap this up. You familiar with some guy that's been floating around the internet? A therapist named Jeff St. James.
I heard of him.
Okay. Any thoughts about him? If not, you know.
Fraud.
What?
Oh, okay.
He's a fraud.
Right.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
What?
He's a fraud.
What?
He's a fraud. I mean, look.
I'm not.
Listen,
I'm not gonna argue against that. I'll tell you more offline if I lower you down to tell you a little bit about it. But I'm not
going to say this. I wasn't gonna go. I'm not gonna go too deep in there. I'm going to just say like this. It's just like, the Anton Daniel situation. The brother going to say some things that are right because it's true. You know what I mean? There's a lot of brothers out here that I can tell you, I don't rock with no more. I don't rock with Angry Man no more. He says some things that are true, but he's a bullshit nigga too. You know what I'm saying? He's you know what I'm saying? He's a false person, even though he does say some shit that's right. All right? Candace Owens is a bed wench. And a hater. But she says some shit that's true.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful just because somebody says something that's true or something that's right. But that don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So we need to talk offline. I want to get your take on certain things, and then I'll give you what I got to say, and we'll leave it there. Because I'm all about that. But I don't have to come on here and try to make a name for myself, dissing another brother. But, you asked me the question. But, yeah, let's talk offline about it, man. And, and I see what you have to say, because I'm going to listen to you.
Yeah. All right. Any short closing remarks? Come and put you down a little bit. Just sit back.
Nah, man, real quick, man. Thanks for letting me come up. I'm gonna get back to work. Right now, I'm over here in Germany. It's 9:00 in the morning.
Okay.
You suckers. And I would just say this: life is business, and business is, business is life, and life is business. And y'all guys got to start handling yours, because we're taking too many L's out here right now.
Too many.
Too many L's right now. I mean, these women are making millions of dollars on OF, millions of dollars making false accusations, millions of dollars getting into relationships, and and then doing creating chaos. And we are participating in that, and we have to shut it down. And the only way you shut that shit down is through some organized thought and some codes of conduct. So take it easy, chaos.
All right. Check the message in the back. All right.
All right.
I'm Lori down. All right. Let's see.
Got it, boss.
Okay. All right, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to today's stream. I want to hear from y'all thoughts on this stream. Leave a comment below and give this video a like, on the early parts of the stream. Like always, guys, the links to follow me are in the description below. Thank y'all for watching or listening. And till next time, let the chaos reign. Please join the Chaos Reign show. As you can tell, you see the amount of nice badge and custom emojis. Ooh. So as you can tell, join the Chaos Reign show. As you know, there are some perks. As you know, there are 2 tiers of membership. Membership 1, $2.99. As you know, the first membership, as it tells from the description, exclusive members only videos, and also some videos that will be only depending on the situation will be put on members. Not every video will be members only, but the ones that are members only or custom members only videos, you'll see mostly on the first tier. Stage 1, called Enter the Chaos, stage 1. Now, the other one, the $7.99 one. As you know, there's early access to new videos, member shoutouts, photos, and status updates. Maybe I have to edit. I might not put no photos, maybe updates. I might. We'll see, depending on how many people join the top tier one. And like always, exclusive members and members only live streams. And personally, as this builds up, I might do the live streams members only here mostly, roughly, than what's given here. Well, we have videos, so depending on what is I could put on here, it post mostly will be on the first tier. The second tier, depending on how much is built up, there might be more exclusive live streams. Might be a little raw cut, uncut stuff, maybe on the members only True Chaos uncut version, which it speaks for itself. And another thing, if y'all did not know, there's a way why I priced the 2 memberships the way they are. If you could really understand the subliminal numbering of why I choose the first tier $2.99 and the other one $7.99, I'll say this. I doubt people's gonna figure it out, but let's say for the sake of conversation, they come across why I came up with these pricings. I might give you a maybe exclusive, maybe a shout out, or maybe more. Who knows? Maybe something special. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So, contemplate why I priced my channel the way it is. There's a certain codified code I use the numbers for a reason. I can't give you more detail than what I just gave you now. So I want you to think deeply on that when you catch the replay of this video. So those are membership.
Chaos.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.